YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Pulse here, back with another video here in the channel, and today I'm so excited to do this video. We are doing a POI tier list. Alright, we're doing POI tier list. We're rating all the POIs in Fortnite, and we are going to crown a champion. So, the first drop spot that I'm gonna go over is Flooded Frogs, and I'm instantly moving Flooded Frogs into S tier. Flooded Frogs has about 40 chests with 3 elemental chests, and not to mention you're getting Typhoon Blade spawns. You're pretty much getting a free blowjob if you're landing here. This is where Peterbot landed. Wherever Peterbot's landing, that is the best POI on the map. This POI is so good. You're getting your max brick right outside. You're getting your max wood right outside of the POI. You're not to mention you're getting fishing. You have a vault there. I don't even know how the fuck you get in the vault, but you get in the vault. They came out of that drop spot every single time with max Oni masks. They came out of that drop stacked as hell. This is the best drop in the game as far as I'm concerned. We are moving that to S tier. It is just so good. I can't say enough about it. It is just so good. The second POI that I'll be rating is Bird, and Bird is mid. Bird is a very good drop spot for competitive just because it is so quick to loot, and you always get 100% free shield because there is that one, what do you call them? You call them the slurp trucks there? Yeah, so you get a slurp truck right in the middle. Super easy to loot, super easy to fight at, but the loot's just not there. You're getting like that 23 to 24 chest spawn, so it's not amazing, but it does the trick. There is a couple split drops around. I've seen a lot of teams go from Bird to that little, that little area behind it where there's like 8 or 9 chests, and you know there's other spots where there's chests, so that's where most of the guys are getting like their main loot. But for the Bird as a POI, it's not bad. Like, I'm gonna move Bird into B just because I landed there all the time and I loved that fucking place because it was so easy to fight at. You get your loot, you get the fuck out, and I think that's why a lot of teams were fighting over it in this FNCS. The next place that we're gonna go over is Demon Dojo. Demon Dojo has 26 chest spawns. Not ideal for a mythic POI. You would think a mythic POI would have like, you know, 40. It doesn't. It is extremely hard to fight at, and you're not guaranteed shit. The only thing you're guaranteed is that boss, and you're guaranteed the 50 Oni throws, which is huge. I mean, you get 50 Oni throws, you can pretty much Oni anywhere. If you're a solo player, that is where I'm dropping, because I'm 50-50ing for that every single game. If you have 50 Onis, you could pretty much get a dildo up the butt. I don't, okay. Demon Dojo is great. I love Demon Dojo. It's great. The only thing is there's no metal there, but I mean, if you're watching this in your comp, you can figure out your metal elsewhere. I don't know where you're getting your metal, but you're not getting it from there. I'm going C tier, and I'm going high C tier. The reason it's high C tier is so hard to fight at, and it's on the edge of the map. The fourth POI we're rating is Hopeful Heights. Hopeful Heights is Mass Meadow's Sun. It is literally Mass Meadow's, but it's Sun. You're getting your 25 chest spawns. You're getting... Oh my god, I'm gonna puke. Sorry, you're getting your 1 elemental chest. Not to mention, there are elemental chests, like, towards the bottom of Hopeful Heights. So if you do end up getting zone, you are able to go down there and kind of split drop down there as well. Depending on if there's teams landing there, I mean, it doesn't matter. Also, I'm talking about this in, like, a total comp aspect. Like, I'm a comp player. I'm talking about this in a comp aspect. If you want a casual version, let me know down in the comments. But this is comp. You're not getting metal at this POI. I mean, you might get 200 each, but that's a little bit hairy. But this POI is pretty good. It's pretty easy to fight at. It's on the edge of the map, which is not ideal. But for me, that's not a huge deal. But if you're a high level competitor, that is a huge deal because you're running instead of getting surge tags. If you do end up getting zone here, I've seen a lot of people go down. Like I said, get that split drop loot. I like Hopeful Heights. I'm putting this above Demon Dojo in C tier. It's not quite that B tier where it has that X factor, but it's not quite that C tier where it's just mid. Or sorry, other way around. Canyon Crossing, another mid POI, doesn't have that X factor. It's only got 2 elemental chests, 1 on each side. So if you're, you know, landing there in comp, 95% of the time you're probably going to be contested, and one team's getting one side, the other team's getting the other side, and you're usually not fighting just because of that entire massive lake underneath Canyon Crossing. It also makes it extremely hard to leave. If you are in Canyon Crossing and you land backside, you have to go back to mountains. If you're Canyon Crossing and then front side, you're backed into mountains. I watched a lot of competitive this year. I've seen a lot of guys from Warriors Watch, Shogun Sultan, and Bird all push into Canyon Crossing and get surge takes from on top of those mountains. So just for that aspect, Canyon Crossing is going low C tier, and I just think it doesn't have an X factor, and it's extremely hard to traverse. Like, I mean, it is extremely hard to traverse around that POI. If you get an uncon, not terrible. You land backside, go frontside, and rotate out, hopefully before somebody finds you, but the odds of that are low. Alright, so we're looking at Brutal Boxcars next. Brutal Boxcars is kind of brutal, I'm not going to lie. The only huge positive with this map is the metal. Metal is absolutely huge in this meta because there's not metal everywhere. I mean, we've had metal issues ever since cars were introduced, and there's actually not those cars you can break. That's an issue now. But Brutal Boxcars, mid, you know, you're looking at 20 chests, you're looking at max metal and 1 elemental chest. There's really not much to say about it. I mean, if you catch the train going through there, you're looking better, but not that much better. So, not ideal. We're going to go with another low C tier on Brutal Boxcars. The only reason that I think that Brutal Boxcars, is better than Canyon Crossing is because of the metal X factor and the ability to not get pushed. Canyon Crossing might be getting dropped. It might be getting dropped. Alright, the next POI we're going to be doing is Foxy Floodgate. So Foxy Floodgate is a POI that I hate, and I'm sure a lot of people hate. If you're landing there in comp, you're not good. If you're landing there in comp and you're a pro, you're probably not a good pro. So, no offense, but you suck. 2 elemental chests, we'll take that. But you're only looking at like 20 chests, and you're in the middle of the map, which is a huge positive. But you're not getting loot, and really you're not able to get too much split drop loot because there is not very many chests around there. So it's kind of an issue for this drop spot, but it's not the worst, alright? It's not the worst drop spot I've ever seen. Could be a lot better. We're going high D tier for Foxy Floodgate. I just don't think that it is one of the big ones. Kappa Kappa Factory. Kappa Kappa Factory. Now, if we're going to talk about an underrated drop spot, let's talk about Kappa Kappa Factory right now. Kappa Kappa Factory is a max metal instant, 3 elemental chests, and you're looking at like 40 chests here. This place is the most underrated place on the map. Epic decided one day that, you know, we're like, we need one more POI in this bitch. And I woke up one day and Kappa Kappa Factory was here. Nobody talked about it. No good teams landed here, but Kappa Kappa Factory, if I had to pick one POI on the map to land, it's Kappa Kappa Factory. The only thing that this lacks is the ability to be in the middle of the map. Obviously, you're on the edge, and zone's not really pulling far bottom right very much. I don't see it pulling bottom right very much, but at the end of the day, this POI is going to be our first A POI, and it has the X factor. It has the extra elemental chest, it has the 40 chest spawns, and the max metal. Those are the big 3 things, and it has everything. And the reason it's not S is because it's not in the middle of the map. But other than that, this place is literally perfect. Alright, Lost Lake. Now, Lost Lake, I am honestly not familiar with its game. I'm genuinely not familiar with its game. I don't land here. I don't think I've landed here very much. I'm not familiar, so I can't really give like a huge yay or nay. But from what I'm looking at here, you're looking at like a good 30 chest spawns, 3 elemental chests, and split chests to beat hell. Obviously, you're in the forest, so there's chests everywhere, and it's right in the middle of the map, plus fishing. So you're really not missing out on anything. This place is good. You're missing out on metal. I mean, you could go to Brutal Boxcars quick and clean up their team and get the metal. Not to mention, there is a Bird gas station just to the south of Lost Lake, so you're looking good there. There's definitely potential. There's definitely potential. Not to mention, there is also a Bird gas station close to Twinkle Terrace and Lost Lake. I mean, if you are an alpha, you could definitely take that for sure. So there is metal potential. Lost Lake's going B. And Lost Lake's going B above Bird because it just has everything. While Bird does not have everything, it doesn't have that chest spawn. But honestly, a pretty good POI in Lost Lake. I don't respect its game. I do believe that Lost Lake or Magic Mosses, I remember Ozzy talking about it, are gone next year. Or next season. I think it's Magic Mosses, Night Shift Force, and Warrior's Watch, I believe, are gone. But womp womp. Alright, so Magic Moss is another one where I'm not familiar with its game. Honestly, you're looking at 4 elemental chests, which is something that we have not seen before, with the potential to get 5. Because if you take all of Magic Moss's like biome, there is a lot of them, and there is one just to the east. So this is a very good POI. I can understand why people land here. I'm assuming the metal is not too great here. It's pretty mid. I think that this place is, I mean, with the elemental chest, that brings it up to a B tier because it has that X factor. So we're going to be moving magic mosses into B at the end. I think I'd rather land bird just because of the practicability of it. But, you know what, I'm cool with magic mosses being cool. Alright, Mass Meadows. I mean, this is Cooper's drop spot. Daddy Cooper moved to EU. Good for you. I'm not sure why, but I don't really give a shit. 2 elemental chest spawns, like 40 chests. So, automatically you're looking good. It is closer to the middle of the map than Kappa Kappa Factory and the other one, Hopeful Heights. So you're looking good. There's fishing ability. There's also ability to clean up people landing the split drops behind you, because there is quite a bit of split drops. So there is that possibility, not to mention if you are kind of counting on a spawn fight at Canyon Crossing, you walk up that mountain and bangle, bangle, bongo, you're right there. So this is a good drop spot. I don't think it has an X factor, but it is better than Hopeful Heights, and Hopeful Heights is high C tier. So we're going to put Mass Meadows low B tier behind Magic Mosses, just because it doesn't have that X factor, but it's a good enough POI that you're going there and you're getting solid loot as a trio no matter what. Alright, Night Shit Forest. I like to call Night Shit Forest because every time I land bird, I rotate here and I get shit on. Is that a skill issue? It is, but we don't worry about that. Night Shit Forest has about 150 chests in it. I actually don't know how many chests exactly. You're looking at like 100 chests-ish. No, you're looking at probably 50, 60 chests in the actual biome of Night Shift Forest. And I mean, a lot of people are getting all those chests. You're not running around Night Shift Forest the entire time trying to find people. Nobody from Warriors Watching Bird is pushing into Night Shift Forest. People from Night Shift Forest are pushing down. So honestly, pretty good drop spot. You're looking at 5 elemental chest spawns, and I think it's a very good drop spot if you're able to learn the loot path. I was never able to learn it, so I never dropped there. Night Shift Forest is good. It's great. You're not getting metal, I don't believe, but I mean, at the end of the day, when you have 5 elemental chests, you're doing just fine. So Night Shift Forest, it has that X factor. That B tier is looking a little bit stacked. I would put it C, but I can't argue when it has 5 elemental chests and 100 chest spawns. I can't argue that. I can't. All right, we're looking at Pump Power. Pump Power. This was my favorite drop spot at the start of the year. Pump Power is a good drop spot. I mean, it's good. That's all I have for you. It's 1 elemental chest spawn and metal for days, but that's all it is. I mean, there's really not much here. It's metal for days and decent chests and 1 elemental chest. Sorry, I lied to you. 2 elemental chests. Okay. Pump Power. It's good, and I know this might be a little bit controversial. I would talk about it for hours, but there's really not much to talk about here. It's not easy to fight at, but it's not terrible. It's Pump Power. There's really not. I'm going high C tier. I'm going top of C tier. There's really nothing to bring it out to me. I know it has all the things that I talked about, but it's mid on everything. All right, it's a mid metal drop, it's a mid chest drop, and it's a mid elemental chest drop. It's in the middle of the map, so you could argue that maybe it should be low B tier, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Alright, so now the Mac Daddy. We're looking at Seaport City. So when it comes to all these cities, like Tilted and all the big cities that we have, I don't really remember what kind of big cities we had. I don't really remember. But this is one of the big cities that we do have. So you're looking at like 70 chest spawns here. Like 60 chest spawns. Only 2 elemental chests. You're always going to be contested here no matter what. It does not matter. It doesn't, yeah, you're always going to be contested here. It knocks off everything. It's got the chest spawns, it's got the metal, it's got the elemental chests, it's got water, it's got good rotations, it's right in the middle of the map. You can't argue with a city like this. You can't. You can't. And that's why Seaport City is our second thing in the A tier. It's Seaport City. If you get this uncontested, you have 3 Oni masks. You could probably all carry 2 Oni masks if you wanted to. You probably have purple loot. It's the perfect place to go. It is genuinely the perfect place to go. Alright, so this one I'm already going F. This is Shattered Span. Shattered Span is the worst drop spot in the game. I wouldn't even consider it a drop spot. I would consider it a split drop more than anything. It's just not good. 2 elemental chests and about 20 chest spawns. Not to mention you are about as exposed as, I'm not gonna say what I was thinking of saying, but you're very exposed. You are creepily exposed. You are like a pred. You're like a pred victim. This place is terrible. I'm going F. There's really not much more that I could say. I understand why people drop here because it is a named map on the POI. But if I get a, if I fucking drop Seaport City on one of the high buildings and I get myself a hollow twister, I'm twisting your nutsack apart with that thing, shooting all the way to Shattered Span because you don't have anything. Also, it says here Shining Span, same shit. They both suck. So they both suck, and the Shattered one didn't make it any damn better. Alright, Shogun Solitude. Shogun Solitude, I just have never landed here. And I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably haven't either. Because this place is buds. But it's good, though. I mean, you're getting 3 elemental chests. I don't even know if there's a mythic here. I genuinely don't even know if there's a mythic here. I have no idea. I'd never land here. You got your own island, which is cool, but it is so far from everything. And it would be okay if it was so far from everything and it was grassland. No, motherfucker. You are in the hills. So not only is Shogun Solitude on like a tip-top hill, Canyon Crossing, there's 2 canyons. That's why it's called Canyon Crossing. You have to traverse over those canyons. You have to traverse 3 teams to get to the middle of the map. So you're fighting your way through. Especially if you're playing in low, dumb lobbies where people are not doing smart things. You are going to be grinding to get to the middle of the map. Shogun Solitude, not a great drop. We are going at the end of C tier just because I am not fully aware of what's all there. Sorry, there's 4 elemental chest spawns. Okay, so C is fine. C is fine. Alright, I gotta finish this before I shit my pants. Twinkle Terrace. Twinkle Terrace is a great drop spot. You have a lot of chests. It's very compact. It's kind of hard to fight at because when you drop on the roofs, they are those Japanese roofs. So if you're getting beamed from behind, it's kind of hard. You have to jump up, place a floor, then a box, so it makes it a lot harder. You're only getting 1 elemental chest spawn. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing insane. It does the job. It's in the middle of the map, kind of, sorta. Doesn't really have metal, doesn't really have fishing spots. It's mid. So you know where the mid POIs go. They go right here. I'm gonna put it above Canyon Crossing and Shoguns, just because I feel like Brutal Boxcar has that X factor with the metal, but it's alright. Alright, Warriors Watch. I think this was the first place I ever dropped. I think this is where Clicks landed with Muzz. I'm not sure if him and his other boys landed here, but 3 elemental chest spawns, a bunch of Typhoon Blade spawns, and a bunch of chests. The only thing I hate is when you actually go in the building, you can get jumped so easily. There's that zip line in the middle that somebody can take all the way to the top or the bottom and surprise attack you. And with awareness like mine, that becomes an issue quick. So it's not a crazy good drop. It's aight. It's aight. It's in the middle of the map. You know, you kind of have an easy way to get to the middle of the map. You don't have to go through too many teams. You have the ability to push Nightship Forest or Bird if you get zoned. Canyon Crossing even maybe. It's not crazy. It's a good drop. It's a good drop. We're going C once again. Above Demon Doe, right there. Above Brutal Boxcar, just because it has the 3 elemental chests, the Typhoon Blade spawns coming out the ass, and a lot of chests. Alright, last, but definitely not least, we have Whiffy Wharf. Whiffy Wharf is one of my favorite drop spots. I just like the aura. It's got good aura. One thing I do like about Whiffy Wharf is you are able to get all those chests at Whiffy Wharf and go straight through to Lost Lake, and the amount of chests in between Lost Lake and Whiffy Wharf are stupid. They are more than half the POIs, so you're able to get that. You're only getting 2 elemental chest spawns, which aren't insane, but you're getting max wood right off the bat, I'll tell you that. The metal is mid, and I mean, brick you'll get elsewhere, but yeah, I genuinely like this drop spot. I think it's alright. It's pretty mid, but it does the trick. We're going after Twinkle Terrace. Yes, Whiffy Wharf right there. Alright. Alright, well, let me know down in the comments if this is the same as yours. I do actually kind of want to just take a mental note of this. Look, agree with me, don't agree with me. Live chat polling. Oh, I gotta log in for that. Never mind. I wanted to see what... Okay, so this is what people have. This is the community rankings. Bird, Shogun Solitude, Whiffy Wharf, Twinkle Terrace, Brutal Bot. Okay, so I might be a little bit off. Flooded Frogs in B is crazy. That's crazy. This is a Foxy. Okay, I don't even know. We're not doing that. That's brutal. Foxy Floodgate at an A. That's brutal. This is my list. If you guys like this list, if you think this list is good, let me know down in the comments. As soon as Chapter 2 comes out tomorrow, or Season 2 comes out tomorrow, I will be going over those POIs as soon as they come out. But without further ado, chat, I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more kind of map things like this, let me know down in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.